Are these three commands are enough? You will see how those Allah, given us as a great advice in a simple word, how you maintain yourself on the path. And those are examples. Those are examples that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you for a certain important point, for the three areas that's really important. If you lack one of them, you might actually, shifting away from the way. وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة واركعوا مع الراكعين. المولى سبحانه وتعالى يأمرك أولا بأهم الأشياء التي تربطك به كعبد وتربطك به سبحانه وتعالى وهو كرب. فهذه الصلة لابد ألا تنقطع ولابد أن تقام دائما وأبدا. لهذا قال وأقيموا الصلاة، فالصلاة صلة بينك وبينه سبحانه وتعالى. إذا قطعتها قطعك الله وتخلى عنك الله وتركك لنفسك، وإذا تركك لنفسك أضللت حالك وأضللت نفسك. قال سبحانه وأقيموا الصلاة. لهذا مهما حصل لا تهمل في صلاتك، ولا بد أن تقيمها على وجهها وتؤديها في وقتها كما صلاها الحبيب محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. فتجد كلما تعلق الإنسان بصلاته كلما أنار الله دربه وحياته. دائما قل صلاتي حياتي قبل مماتي، ففيها حياة للقلوب، وفيها كل ما يريد العبد من ربه، حفظ وأمان ورعاية وصيانة. وأقيموا الصلاة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advising us, and take all commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as advice. It's not just orders. Yeah, you do it with no meanings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's not in need of our worship. But when He commands us to do something, it's for our benefit. He's not going to benefit of that. So Allah commands us first that to establish a prayer. A look at the unique name in Arabic. Salah as a prayer or ritual prayer, named Salah as Sila, which is connection. So Salah is not just movement or actions, has no meaning. One of the main purposes that is to connect you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you're being connected, He provide for you protection, guidance, and whatever you're looking for. And Allah didn't say even just to pray. He said, Aqimu salah. And even when there comes an English translation to establish a prayer, does not giving the word it's justice. Because the word aqimu, that making it straight and straight up, and care about it in a way that should be close to perfection. Aqimu, it could be pray on time, pray in the way Azza wa Sallam prayed, have khushu and most of it. So it's one word, but it contains many meanings. You can describe it with different ways. However, that has to be performed in the right way. وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ. So that's the first command. And the first point that will make you stay in the path. Just a few days ago, I was listening to somebody. He said, that salah is not ibadah itself. It's not an act of worship. And he quotes some verse in the Quran. He said, "Wasta'inu bis-sabri was-salah." That you help yourself with establishing the prayer. So he said, this is from i'ana, not from ibadah. People coming with the crazy things. They think they are smart. So why is that? You distance people from the prayer? Allah made it clear. And then what he quoted, he said in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah said, "Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in." So isti'ana is different from ibadah. At the end of the day, isti'ana, it's a part of ibadah. And Allah mentioned it separate because when I emphasize about that, and that's clear in Arabic language, that even you mention the general subject and then you exclude one element of that to emphasize about it. So isti'ana is a fruit of ibadah, which is actually going back to as a ibadah. So why you are saying that? You want to say to people, okay, now isti'ana, salah is just i'ana. So he can say, you know what, I could look for help and i'ana and aid by other things. If this is not ibadah, I could find something else. These things, it's not going to help anybody. So it is one of the secret ibadah. That's one of the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you care about the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and most important your salah, you are going to be guided. And Allah will give you protection to stay fast on the path. And then he said, وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. And pay attention to the words atu and the word الزكاة. Subhanallah. ما من كلمة ينبو بها شانها أو ينكرها اللفظ أو يرى غيرها أصلح منها. وآتوا الزكاة لم يقل أعطوا، لم يقل قدموا، لم يقل ادفعوا، ثم قال الزكاة. هنا يحاول بعض أن يترجمها بتراجم مختلفة، ولكن كلمة الزكاة في ذاتها تفسر الغرض منها أيضا كما كلمة الصلاة. إذا أردت أن تزكو بنفسك وتزكو روحك وتزكو وتطهر حياتك، عليك أن تدفع الزكاة وتؤديها كما هي. قال وآتوا الزكاة. كلمة الزكاة أتت من باب التطهير. قد أفلح من زكاها، اللي هي النفس. قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها. فالزكاة تطهير، والحقيقة هناك فارق بين الزكاة والتطهير. تقول طهرت الثوب، أي أزلت النجس عنه، وتقول زكوت الثوب أي أزلت الوسخ عنه، ليس بضرورة أن يكون نجسا، أي كل شيء يشينه فيصير كما كان وأفضل مما كان. فالزكاة طهرة، وهذا أمر مهم جدا جدا ومعنى عظيم. فأنت عندما تخرج زكاة مالك تطهر ذلك المال وتجعل فيه البركة. عندما تخرج زكاة مالك تطهر قلبك وتبعد عنه تلك الشهوة، شهوة حب المال. أنت عندما تخرج زكاة مالك تكون حريصا أن يقبل المولى سبحانه وتعالى هذا المال، فتبعد عن كل شبهة. إذن في الزكاة تطهير لحياتك لمالك، لقلبك، لأعمالك. وهذا المعنى الأول. والمعنى الثاني تقول زكى الأمر إذا زاد. ففي الزكاة زيادة، وهذا كفيل بأن يرغب الإنسان في العطاء، لأن وما أنفقتم من شيء فهو يخلفه. فأنت عندما تعطي يعطيك المولى سبحانه وتعالى. ولهذا أقسم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ما نقص مال من صدقة. كيف أنا أعطي ولا ينقص لما يزيد؟ نعم، ليس فقط أن تزيد البركة، لا لا، أن يزيد المال، وهذا مجرب، لأنك تتعامل مع الله سبحانه وتعالى فتعطي في سبيله، فتعطي إياه كأنك أعطيت الله سبحانه وتعالى ويعطيك الله سبحانه وتعالى. فالله سبحانه وتعالى أن يتقبل منا زكاتنا وأعمالنا. Every word in the Quran in its place, and for a reason, that's how even Arabic language will be chosen to be the word of the final message. Arabic language was chosen to be the language of the final message. It's beautiful how they structure the word. However, there are some terms that's only Quranic terms, was not even used before that, or what was used for different purposes, but the Quran used in a special use. Allah didn't say pay your zakah or give your zakah. He said atu, and that's different. And Allah never name it like a tax, or some people they try to find different ways, like translation here it said almost tax. It's a totally different word, different system. But let's look at the word zakah itself and what the meanings of the word as a word. There are two major meanings. First meaning of the word zakah mean purification. So to make zakah, they mean to make purification. Tazkiyah. Sometimes they said tazkiyah they use for heart purification. And Allah said قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. That's a heart purification. And sometimes we say tazkiyah mean in Arabic tathir. Tahara. Zakah means tahara. It's very hard to find two similar words in Arabic. It's always there's a slight difference. It's very hard, I'm telling you. To the point some scholars they said there's no muradifat. There's no word that fit with the other word. You can say, this means this. It's always there is. It might be means that in that use, in that context, but not in every context. And when you come to zakah and tathir, are different. Because when you say tathir, tahara, they mean usually that term used to remove the impurity. But zakah, tazkiyah, to remove any dirt. It's not necessarily has to be impure. So which one is higher? Tahara or zakah? Zakah. So like now, when you remove the impurity, but there is some like a dust on the cloth, you are making tathir, or in that case you make zakah. You tathir. If you're making zakah, that means should not even not dust, nothing in there. Everything has to be removed. So the high level of purification. And when you give zakah, you purify your money. Because that's not your right. If you keep it, it will ruin your money. That's not your money. That's a right of others. So when you leave it, you're making injustice. Because you're keeping the right of others with you. Or you should give it. And you purify your heart. You're removing that attachment to the worldly things, the attachment to this earth, attachment to this life. So that's very important. So when you give it away, actually you're removing the love of dunya from your heart. And more you give, more you purify your heart. And when you do zakah, you purify yourself because you want to give in the sake of Allah. So you give the pure things. And that's why you try to stay away from shahawat, from shubuhat. Any money that you're doubting, you're not going to give it for the sake of Allah. Anything you said, you know what, it might be not good, from the beginning you stay away from it. So by the time, when you're dealing with Allah, you're giving for Allah, actually you're watching yourself. So the purification process is started from that time when you collect the money before even giving it away. So purification in all aspects, in your heart, in your source of earning, and the money that you have as a pool, you know, you give it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and some portion here and there. And that's great meaning. The other meaning of zakah mean increasing. Zakah al-mal, when you make zakah for mal, that's Arabic term, that means you increase it. And that, when you think of it, how it's possible? I'm deducting, I'm giving away, I'm decreasing. How I'll be increasing and adding? Yes. And physically, you're not just adding blessing. No. You're adding to your wealth. Because Allah promised, whatever you give, He will give you back. And sometimes you say, oh, how I will give it back? I'll get back something. So sometimes we have a limited way of thinking. And especially nowadays, we should understand that. Some of us, maybe in months, they have not even touched the currency. You know, it's just numbers, yes? Here and there. Goes here and there to pay these bills and others. Sometimes you think of that, Allah is paying for you, bringing some other people paying for you some of your expenses. You say, oh no, God, where is it comes? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He doesn't have to touch it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove from you some of the bills that you have to pay. So Allah remove some obstacle in your life that cost you many bills. How many times happen that you're a second about to have a car accident? In the last moment, Allah somehow He will make you raise your head and you will see the dangers and you stop. Think of yourself. And imagine if that car accident happened. How many bills will be? Well, I was surprised. Yesterday they gave me the bill, and they said they will deal with it, you know. But I was surprised. I never thought that amount, how they are stealing your money towards the companies, you know. But anyway, for the car accident, you look at it, you said nothing, and they told you this amount, you know, we have to pay. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually protect you before even that happened. So either He will pay for you somewhere or like. So do not even think, you know, oh, I gave, and nothing happened. No. Allah put blessing one thing, and the second Allah will give you back more than what you think. And when you give you back, not only you and your children and those are you supporting, subhanallah. And Allah will create satisfaction. You'll be satisfied with one morsel of food. Where you might eat like a huge meal and you're not even satisfied. Isn't that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you back? Anyway, so this is another thing. But how that will maintain myself to sit and fast on the path? Allah has given great example that how you maintain your relation with Him. With your salah, Allah has given you an example. How you be muslih, how you take care of others, how you take of other responsibility. Because the rights are multiples, the rights. When you fulfill the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you fulfill the right of the community as a return, that you live for a purpose, as a return that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make a blessing in your life, that's where the guidance will be. You will feel happiness not just by caring about yourself. One of the main sources of happiness that to see the smile on the face of others, to feel the sense of appreciation. That's how you have kind of contentment inside you. The third part, وَارْكَعُوا مَعَ الرَّاكِعِينَ, and that's really important. We can actually discuss it other time, but something I want you to understand. لا يعطف الشيء على نفسه. So when Allah will say, وَارْكَعُوا مَعَ الرَّاكِعِينَ, pray, or with those are praying, bow down with those are bow down, that command is different from the first command. Because in Arabic, and even all other languages, you cannot add something for already what was mentioned. So already was mentioned, the prayer, this one's something else. In other words, working together. This is the sense of community. As a human, when you stay alone, it will be easier for shaitan to attack you. And that's why we are not the same in public in comparison with our private life. When you close doors for yourself, you're not the same person. Yes? Especially when you close doors with yourself and think by yourself, and you have the internet. So you're not with yourself now. So when it comes, with something like that, you will close yourself with your evil side being together. And that's how starting, not shaitan, that your evil side of you, that's starting whispering to you. And that's why you see something that you do in private time, you'll be ashamed if that comes to public. So that's why how we protect ourselves when being public, this is kind of a strength. Because shaitan, not that easy for him to attack us in public. So it's very important that try to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all together. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. Hold firmly on the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all together. Do not say, okay, I'm alone. And that's why coming to the masjid and praying in the masjid, not like as you bring by yourself at home. Praying in jama'ah is not like as praying alone. I will end with this question and the comment of that. A person came to me and said, I feel that I'm hypocrite. I said, why is that? He said, when I pray alone, I pray so fast with no much khushu', but when I pray in jama'ah, who comes in the masjid, I pray with khushu'. So he thought that is hypocrisy, nifaq. I told him, no, it's not nifaq. That's the benefit of praying together in jama'ah. That has nothing to do with the nifaq. Do not feel about that. Because the nifaq, it has something to do with the heart, with, and with your intention. But the way how you perform it, because that's why we are human. We support each other. When you come to the masjid, you come with different feeling. You know that's how the masjid is going to pray. So you want to set yourself right. You want that. You want that presence of heart. You want that way how the people praying. You want to get your strength from others. You want to kick shaitan away. So you are actually in purpose, that's what you want. And you are not praying together, and you feel, what, oh, I want to finish it. No, from the beginning, you know that, people, they're going to take their time. So you want to get the strength by each other, so you choose to come to the masjid. So that's has nothing to do with the sign of nifaq. This is has to do with the benefit of praying together. So three things that will make you maintain your heart, fulfilling the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the right of the community, and being together as a community. Do not say, oh, I did my right, I pay my zakat. This is not the point. No, you have to really strengthen each other and protect each other. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala maintain our hearts, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those fulfilling their duties. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.